What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today is the 5th of January 2024. It's about 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and a lot of things are going on in the market. As you guys can see here, we've had a pretty wild few days. Let me go to the daily chart here. And today we're basically going to be talking about exactly what's been going on. We're doing a market analysis on altcoins specifically. If you guys want to see more on Bitcoin, you can check our previous live stream that we did on Tuesday. Today we'll be focusing on the altcoins. So everything altcoins is where we're going to be focusing. We're going to be starting with Ethereum, jumping into some of the top 25 performing altcoins, and then the top overall altcoins in the top 100. And then if you guys have any requests on any specific altcoins, drop it in the live chat and I'll be more than happy to go over them with you guys as well. Let me turn down the volume, but you guys probably struggling to hear me. I always forget that I have that music on. Give me a second. I'm posting up the link really quick and then we can get started here. Join live stream. Posting up the link really quickly. All right, let's jump into it, guys. Let me, where's my camera? Here we go, guys. What's going on? And welcome to another live stream, guys. As we spoke about today, we're going to be talking about what's going on in the market, the overall view of the altcoin market. We're going to be starting off with Ethereum, of course, and then kind of build up from there. So as you guys already know, there's a lot of volatility, and we spoke about this on Tuesday. This was pretty much expected. There's been a lot of fake news all around, a lot of speculation everywhere, and basically that's how the next 5 days will go until the day of the decision, right? So the day of the decision is supposed to be around the 10th, right? But it could come earlier. The 10th is Wednesday, January. So next Wednesday, we're supposed to be getting that news, right? So the market's gonna look like this probably for the next 5 days until there's official news. Now things are gonna go one of two ways, right? One, we have two scenarios. One, the ETF gets approved, as a lot of people are speculating for it to do, and everything shoots up, right? That's one of the scenarios. That's what a lot of people are leaning towards. Now, I don't have any inside information, so I have no idea if that's gonna happen. From everything that I've been reading from like Bloomberg analysts and other people that really follow these things, that have a lot of experience with how the ETF approvals go. They're saying that everything that they've seen as far as what's going on in the market as between the SEC and the applicants for the ETFs, they're saying that there's a 90% chance of an ETF approval by the 10th, right? That's what I'm reading, that's what I'm hearing. But that still leaves us with a 10% chance that it's not going to get approved by the 10th of January. In that case, then the market's gonna dump, right? It's gonna be an immediate dump. You know, we don't know how far back prices will drop, but prices will drop to the downside. For Bitcoin, you know, it could be anywhere to 40,000, maybe even as low as between 36 to 38,000 maybe. And for Ethereum, I would think currently at 2,200, maybe to 2,000, and as low as maybe 19 to 1,800. So that's where I'm thinking Ethereum would be the low worst case scenario between 18 and 1,900. And Bitcoin, I would say the worst case scenario between 36 to 38,000. That's kind of where back to where it started before the recent move in December. So that's kind of where I think I'm at right now, depending on which scenario plays out. So we'll take a look at those things, and then we're gonna take a look, of course. Now we're gonna take a look at the overall market as for the altcoins. So we're gonna break down altcoins. Now, one thing to note when we're talking about altcoins here today is that depending on what happens on the 10th with the approval, all these technicals could go out the window, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. You know, technicals do not matter, because if there's a catalyst that moves the market in one direction or the other. So one thing to keep in mind. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the charts here. And the first thing we're going to look at here is Ethereum. So Ethereum, let's start off with the longer term. We're going to do a top-down analysis. And you guys can see right off the rip that we're at this big resistance level, right? And that sits right around $2,500. So we've been talking about this resistance level for a while now. You can see historically, not only did we we couldn't break above it last month, but it's been a major support here historically, and it's been major support and resistance as well. So that's why I'm expecting 2,500 to be a really big number for Ethereum. So because of that, I expect I'm gonna put an alert right there, basically, right? Let's set up an alert so you know how we like to do. And that's going to be a breakout alert. Breakout above 2,500. So we'll put that for once, set that alert up right there. And that's gonna be the main trade that we're probably gonna be watching for. Now, for the downside, you can see that next big level is around 1,900. That's why we just spoke about the worst case scenario for Ethereum. I would believe would probably be towards this level down here, which is this Fibonacci level. As you can see, historically, it's been a major level. So because of that, that's why I believe that this is the main level here. And I'm gonna put an alert here as well, just in case that, you know, for any reason it gets to that level support. And I'll put that for every time. All right, so we have our two main levels. That's the main breakout level and the main support level. Now let's zoom in a bit to the weekly. And now you see here on the weekly, let me get rid of this. You can see how important those two levels are, how price has used it as resistance a lot of times here over the last few months, basically over 2023, the entire year. And when we broke above it, we finally were able to run all the way up to this next level, right? So now I expect this again to be a support level here. After we broke above it, you can see that we retested it as support before continuing up. In the worst case scenario, I think that that's where we would go down to that level down there. So that's why that's the level that we're watching there. Other levels that are important here for Ethereum are of course going to be 2,000. That's of course a big level there for Ethereum. I'm gonna put an alert here, and I will buy that every time. 2,000 support. And any other big levels here? Not on the weekly. Let's go into the daily. And on the daily, now we start to see another level, and that level is going to be right around here. So this is actually around 2180. You can see that it's played a big support there for Ethereum. Now, because I like to play whole numbers instead of setting up the alert there at 2180, I'm gonna set it up here at 2200, and that's gonna be a good level there. It's gonna be support 2200. So that's at 2200 support there for Ethereum. That's gonna be another level for us. So the main levels that we're watching, and remember, I'm gonna write these down as well. So starting off with Ethereum here, ETH, break above 2,500. Support 2,200, and major support. Well, support's gonna be 2,200, 2,000, and 1930. So those are going to be the main levels to watch in Ethereum that I'll be looking to potentially trade. All right, so now that we looked at Ethereum, the king of altcoins, let's see what else has been performing, and something, what else we can take a look at. Now, I know a lot of these have been down. Basically, the entire market is down right now. We can see Solana's down 7.5%, XRP down 9.5%, Cardano down 12%, AVAX down 10%, Doge down 10%, Polkadot down 11.5%. So let's take a look at a few of these, and we have Matic down 13 and almost 14%. So a lot of things are down, and we do have the one ICP internet computer here up 40%. So we'll take a look at that as well. But let's go ahead and start here with Solana. It's been another one of my favorite plays here for the long term. Let's take a look at, first of all, we can see we've had a retrace, a pullback of 36% overall. So that's been a big pullback there in the market for Solana. And currently it's down about 25%. So we have to be ready for these pullbacks, especially in altcoins. Altcoins always have massive pullbacks. So that's something that we always need to keep in mind. Now, the main level here that I've been playing in Solana is that $100 level. But let's go to where I think I did. Yeah, here we go. So let's start with the monthly, like we always do. And we can see that we have an alert set up here already at $100. And that's exactly where we're at right now. That's why we have an alert there, because it's a major level for Solana. You can see we've gone up as high as $125. And currently we're sitting at $96. So it's had a massive run up the last 3 months, and now it's probably going to consolidate a bit here at this big resistance level. So it's gonna be a big resistance support level there. We're gonna have to wait and see how things play out, you know, and it's probably going to depend on what happens with the ETF decision. You know, depending on what happens there, that's how the rest of the market is gonna move from this point forward, this month basically, right? So I expect if there's not an approval on the 10th, then I expect this to potentially retrace back down to this level right here. This is back around that $78, so we'll call it $80. So I'm gonna put an alert here for support here on Solana, right there at $80, and then of course the breakout level is going to be at $100. So those are the two levels there to watch for Solana. So Solana, we're going to do break above 100, and support is going to be back at $80. So those are the two levels that we're watching here this week. Now taking a look at AVAX. Let's see, you can see that we ran into this big resistance zone here. That's historically been a big level. And you can see that we have an alert right up here at 48. So that's probably for that $50 level. I always like to set it a little bit earlier. And you can see that we tipped that, and right before getting to 50, look at where we got rejected. It went to a high of $49.96. So it went to $49.96, and ever since has been basically pulling back. Currently, let's see how big this pullback has been. It's been a 33% pullback at the bottom, and currently it's down about 29%. So the current pullback is at 29% right now from its most recent highs. All right, so let's see what can we potentially play for here. Where's that next support, right? So we have one level right here, and this is sitting at about $32. So that's probably going to be the first support. You see we already have an alert set up there from our previous analysis. And then for the upside, we're looking at around $43, it looks like. Yeah, that's right around that $43 range. And this, of course, is that $50 range. So put that there. So we have those two alerts, and those are really the only two levels that we're interested in. Either back down here at around $32, right? And anywhere close to $30, because we like whole numbers. $30 would be a good one. So for a pullback, we're happy to use that support. And for a breakout, then we're looking on price breaking back above $43. It's probably the level that we would be looking at for it. So we're gonna set that up here. AVAX, break above 43, or a support at 32. All right, let's go ahead. Let's continue on and look at XRP. Let's see what this has looked like so far. All right, so we can see that we lost this trend line. We had this trend line here, and we basically lost it recently. Price has fallen below, and you can see that we had this bull flag or symmetrical triangle as well, and we ended up breaking below it. So because of that break, let's see what our target is here. So we measure it from bottom to top, I'm sorry. And then we put this at the breakout point. And that gives us a target of about 45 cents, right? If this were to play out. Now, because again of the ETF decision, you know, these technicals will probably go out the window, and the only way we're gonna hit this target is if the ETF is not approved on this week. So that's something to keep in mind there, something to look at, because if the ETF is approved, then I expect this to, you know, jump right back up and potentially go back up to these levels here, probably retest this resistance up here. So that's pretty much what this is gonna ride on, and basically everything that we look at today is gonna ride on. As far as the actual setup here, the setup is looking like, you know, a push to the downside. Now we do have some support here at around 53 cents, it looks like, and of course 50 cent would also be a big support level. So that's basically an entire level there that could play as that support. So it would basically be, this is all a big level there, right? Remember, price doesn't deal in ranges. I mean, price doesn't deal in exact numbers. It deals in ranges. So that would be a big support level there. And this target is just below that level. So something to keep in mind there. So we'll see how this plays out. As far as where we could buy, I would say this support right here, I would probably be looking closer towards 50 cent. So I'm gonna put an alert right there, right around 50. And if we get a move back to the upside, then let me see if there's anything I would like here. Let's go to the daily. There's really not much that I like here, because even if we move back up, it'll probably go into this consolidation zone, and there's really nothing here that I like. So then we'd have to look further, potentially 66, 68. Yeah, so honestly, to the upside right now, for me personally, there's nothing that I like here. So my only play right now is probably at that 50 cent range. So I'm not, for the moment, I'm not looking to set up anything above the for a breakout, because it just, nothing looks good there. There's so much consolidation there. I really don't like any of those spots. Maybe you can go for 60 cent, but there's so much consolidation there at 60 cent. So beyond that, you would be looking at maybe 66 cents. But then again, you have a resistance here at 68 cents. So that one doesn't make sense. So okay, how about above 68 cent? Well, you have resistance again at 70 cents. So like, all right, how about above 70? So above 70 is potential, but we already seen 1, 2, 3, 4 fake outs above 70, which you could have made profit on if you took profit, if you scalped them. But again, it doesn't feel good. So it's like, all right, where next? Above 75 cents. So yeah, above 75 cents, then you run into this resistance, right? And if we go into the weekly, we can see this resistance here. So nothing to the upside in Ethereum makes me want to set up a position to that upside, a breakout position. So I'm only going to look for a pullback entries for any long positions here in XRP right now. All right, so let's see. Let's take a look at Cardano. It's been very, very similar to XRP lately as far as its price. They're both around the same price, but as you can see, it's had a major move to the upside. Let's look at how far this pullback has been. So total pullback's been about 25%, not really that much. Currently it's down to about 22%. So, and the bottom here being the low has been 50 cents. So, and that's exactly where we have where we set up our alert last time. So we're gonna be looking at the same thing here for Cardano. The alert, the setup here, the support is gonna be 50 cents. Beyond that, then you can see down here is another support area there. But the main level we'll be looking for first is 50 cent. The next level is probably around here, 45 cent. That's where it begins, goes all the way down to 40 cents. And then to the top, the upside, we have it's above 67, so probably above 70 cents is that next level. So yeah, anything else in between, I'm probably not looking for. Not looking to play. You can see that we had a similar setup here as XRP. It was a bull flag setup, and it's broken to the downside basically. So once again, that would give us a target to the downside. That target would be around, let's see, that would give us a target basically back to where we started, around 35 cents. So now that's a massive move down. I don't think we're gonna see that type of move to the downside, but you know, that's a 41% move to the downside from the breakdown, and from the top it's almost a 50% drop. So I don't think we're gonna see a 50% drop, but it is possible again with if the ETF news is not good, then we could potentially see something like that. If ETF news comes out bullish, then we can see things, you know, bounce right back up. So I would like to get some positions here at 50 cents. That would be nice there. To the upside for a breakout play, it would be above 70 cents. So those would be the two setups there for Cardano. So breakout above 70, pull back, would it be 50? All right, let's take a look at Polkadot next. And again, guys, if you guys have any requests for any altcoins that you want me to take a look at, post it in the live chat, and I'll go over it once I finish here these next few. We've been live now for about half an hour, so we got about another half hour before I start thinking about, I start getting hangry, start thinking about eating some lunch. So let's see here in Polkadot. Last time we were right around here, I think, and we spoke about a breakout above $8. If you took that breakout, that ran all the way up to $9.60. So that was a nice, that would have been a nice trade there. You know, right here up to there, that was about a 20% move. If you use 10x leverage like I like to use when I trade, that's a 200% profit, right? If you wrote it perfectly. Even if you only caught half of that move, it would have been 100% profit. You would have doubled whatever you put into it. So that was a great move right there on that one. Currently, it is down from its most recent high. It's gone down as low as 30%. Currently, it is down about 23%. And that low sits right around 663. So you can see that that's a big support level there for this. So I'm actually going to put an alert here at that exact level. It's right around 680. I could probably move it down a little bit. 670. Right, so that's gonna be an alert there that I have set up. You see, I have another alert here at $6, because that's a support level there. We have another support level here, and then of course the breakout to the upside would be at $8. So those are two levels that we're gonna watch there, dot for dot. Breakout would be $8, and a pullback would be $6.70. What was it? $6.70 and $6. So I like both of those for pullback entries, and I like a break back above $8 for a breakout entry there. Let's take a look at Link here. So let's see, from its highs here, you can see that we had set up these buy alerts here at $15. If you were to have entered that at that level, again, about 17.5% move with 10x leverage, that's about 175% profit. If you caught it from the bottom to the top, from the breakout entry to the top. Currently, we are down about, the lowest is gone. It's been a 25% pullback, and currently it's down 20%, almost 21% here at the current price. So levels that we're looking to play, once again, $15. That's going to be the breakout level. And to the downside, we're actually sitting at that support right now, which is right around 14, and it could go down as low as 13. So this $13 area basically is a big support here. You can see this $14 area. So I'm gonna look at both of these for Link. Breakout, we said 15. Pullback, 14. And 13. So I'm gonna put the I'm gonna put mine around 1375, my alert. All right, so we got that one. Let's see, anything else that we should look at here. Let's take a look at Matic. You can see Matic here. See what's been going on here. So I think we had an alert set at 85, was it? Let's zoom out a bit. All right, so 85 cents is the major Fibonacci level, as you guys can see. And you can see that it's currently still stuck within that range. It's consolidating there. Now, there is a potential trend support here. However, I don't know how strong it is. You can see that it's broken it before, went back above it, and now it's kind of riding it a little bit. We're going to have to wait and see how much of a support it is. I wouldn't call this a strong support by any means. There is support here sitting around 72 cents. And some more support right around here, around 60 cents. So that's probably going to be the next two big levels, with potential breakout entries at around 85 cents. So for Matic, we're gonna have breakout at 85 cents and pullback at 72. And what was it, 60? So those will be the two levels. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at the top gainers that we've had recently here over the last week, and take a look at them and see what's going on there. And then I see we have a request from Vishnu for Uniswap, so I'll take a look at Uniswap as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at ICP. ICP has been running a lot lately, and we actually looked at this last time. So we had set up a breakout here at around $11.91 for a breakout entry, and you can see if you would have took that breakout entry, that ran up about 36 cents. I'm sorry, 36 cents. That ran up about 36%. So that would have been about 365% with 10x leverage. If you were to have caught that entire move, currently, if you use that breakout trade and you held it to right now, you'd be up about 84%. So a great trade nonetheless. Now we're gonna use that same support level there as a the breakout level. I'm sorry. We're gonna use that same breakout level as a support there. And then we're gonna grab this and move it up to its new high here. And let's see where things line up. So now you can see that another new support has lined up pretty much right where we're at, right around that $13 area. So that's currently where it's at. Let's see how far of a pullback it's had. So total pullback has been about 25-26%. Currently, at its current price, it's down about 20%. And again, I expect all of these, which way they go next is going to definitely gonna be depending on the ETF approvals here. So let's see what else. We got DIA, which is was requested as well by Anchor. So we're gonna look at that one. So this one is very, very new, as you guys can see. So with new projects, it's always hard to kind of analyze them because they're pretty much in discovery, in price discovery. So the best we can do is just kind of draw a Fibonacci level from its current move and start there. Start looking for potential moves within that. So we can see right off the bat, we have this level right here, which is right around $10 as a big support level there for this. You can see we've already tested that this week actually. It's been a resistance and a support level, currently sitting at $15 with a high of $17.29. So yeah, I would say that right there. Let's zoom into the daily. And that's pretty much what it's showing us. You can see how these levels are being respected. We had this right here, which is around $13.70. That looks like to be or pretty much around $14, right? Looks to be a big resistance. So it'll also, you see we had this breakout above it yesterday, which set up new highs. I expect any pullbacks to probably respect that $14 mark. If it pullbacks beyond that, then $10 is a next spot there that you'd be looking for. So for DIA, then I forgot to put ICP. I didn't write it down. But for DIA, we're looking at, what was it? 14. Well, first let's look for a breakout, and for these, breakout is gonna be, of course, above the recent high. So recent high here is about 17.29, so it will be above that. 17.30, and pullback. Pullback was $14. $14 and $10 would be the pullback entry areas. And really quick, let me pull up ICP again. And the levels we spoke about was, let's see, 12 and above the most recent high. So breakout for ICP is above the recent high, which is right around 1630. Pull back to 12. All right, what else has been performing well? Arbitrum. We can see Arbitrum right here. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let me zoom out. So you can see this is also a pretty new project as well. Not a lot of history. So let's set up a Fibonacci retracement tool here to get an idea of where we could potentially go. So now with that, you can see that this is going to be a support level right here, right around $1.80. Then its next support is around $1.44. Let's go into the daily. And you can see that this level here, $1.44 that we just spoke about, look at that. A big resistance level. This was support. Then when it broke above this resistance, look how far up it ran. When it came back, look at the support level. Then it bounced back up. Once it broke above this level, set up a new high. Now it's pulling back, right? And look, this candle here, you can see that this was a resistance here a few days ago. So I wouldn't be surprised that it would be a support there. So that's 180. So this is for ARB. So breakout is going to be above the most recent highs, which is 212. And I'm going to use $2 because I like whole numbers. And then pull back. Hold on. Trying to set an alert here. So I'm setting my alert right around $2. You guys know I like whole numbers. All right, so we got the alert set up there, and then the other one is going to be down here at 180. So pull back 180. All right. Let's take a look at SEI. That was another one that I wanted to take a look at here today. SEI, another top performing altcoin recently. And you can see we actually set up, we had a trade set up for this one. So last time we spoke, we set up a trade right here. This was at 40 cents. Well, I think the trade was actually, yeah, 40 cents. And you can see the breakout. Look at that run up. So we called this trade, guys. This is one of the trades that we called on our last live stream 2 weeks ago. So let's take a look here. From this breakout point, from our entry point, all the way to where it currently is, where to its high, that's a 120% move. So we called that trade there, 120% move. If you would have traded that with this is with no leverage. If you trade that with leverage, that's 1,200% move with leverage, with 10x leverage, which is insane. So we called that one, and that one was a great move there. So let's see how much has it pulled back from its highs. So the pullback has been about 38%, and currently it's down about 20%. So let's grab this and move it up to its new highs. And now we can see the levels here that we can potentially use, right? So these were the old levels. We'll move these up. So I'm gonna move one up to its recent high, because once again, that's gonna be a breakout point. And we're gonna move another one to this Fibonacci level, which is pretty much exactly where it's at right now, right around 70 cents. And that's exactly where the price is. So those are the two levels I'm going to be watching. I'm gonna move this final one up to, it looks like this level was potentially in a support area as well, 55 cents. So say breakout, what was it? What was that level? 88 cents. Pullback, we're going to be looking at, we said 70 cents and 55 cents. All right, now I'm gonna take the request. So let's do Uniswap. That was requested here in the live chat. I actually haven't looked at Uniswap in a while. So let's see. Let's start with, of course, my favorite, the Fibonacci retracement tool. And you can see there's not really a lot, like we're not up to this level yet, but that's going to be a main level there for Uniswap. It's basically been consolidating for over a year. So the thing with Uniswap is that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they print a lot of rewards. So I don't know if they have a limit on their cap, if they're capped on the supply. But I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, other than the bear market, of course, but why it's just kind of like this and hasn't really moved too much. I do not personally hold any Uniswap personally. But you can see over the last 2 months, it's had a good run. It went up 74% with a high of 100% move basically over the last 2 months. So let's dive deeper into the daily. And let's do a Fibonacci from the last 2 months and see what that shows us. So we can say its move started right around there. And yeah, you can see exactly where these levels are. This shows exactly where they are. We have this main level right here, right around $6 for a pullback. So that's the pullback entry. And you can see there's a lot of price action there. And then for a breakout, probably looking above this level right here, which is about $7.20. So those are the two levels right there. So breakout, 7.20, pullback was right around $6. Let's see what else. We did SEI, we did TIA, we did Uniswap. Let's do INJ. So we have 2 more requests. We have one from Timmers as well. I got you, my bro. Let's do INJ, and then we will do people. So here's INJ. Let's go back to the monthly, and we can see that we've had this It's had this massive, massive run. So let's put this to where the current level is, the current high. Now let's go into the weekly, see where it's at. So you can see that this is playing as a support here, right around $34, $35. It's currently at 36. You can see that it held up. You know, almost a bullish pin bar setting up here, which is always a bullish thing. So yeah, so I think support here is around $34, $35. The breakout is going to be above its recent high, which is about probably around $45. So I'd be doing INJ breakout $45, and the pullback level is going to be $35. And if you want to put one more level for that pullback level, I'm going to set up an alert here. An alert above the highs. And in the pullback level, you can see we had this alert down here, but it never came back down. So I think now at the pullback level is probably going to be around $30. It's going to be that next level beyond 35. 30, and after that is down here at around 23. So let's look at people requested by Timmers here. People. So you can see it had this, basically came out and just had a massive move to the downside, and now it's had a massive move back to the upside. Basically 150% this week. Let me look at what that entire move was. So yeah, basically a 500% move this week, and then it's pulled back 55%. So 55% pullback here in this, which is something that happens a lot with when projects like this, when they move really, really quickly. Usually it pulls back really quickly as well. So that's not surprising at all. Now let's see. Let's go to the daily. Try to build Fibonacci's around this move. Is that it's such a big drastic move that happens so quickly. I don't know how accurate the Fibonacci's are going to be, but we'll try. But you can see right now so it went all the way up, dropped all the way back down to about 2 cents, 2.2, and then basically over the last 2 days, this is a bearish pin bar, so that's usually a bearish sign. But we had now today we've had a 40% move up. So I don't know exactly what's going on with this project. I don't follow it. I don't own it. But it's up about 40% today. But you can also see it's at another resistance level here according to this Fibonacci level. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I'll set up an alert there to see what happens there, and then the support is going to be down here. So I would, on things like this, I probably prefer to try to catch a support or to catch a breakout, of course, right? So but it's tough. These things are definitely tough to try to trade, but these are probably the two levels that I would be looking at if I was looking to trade it. So people breakout would be right around 3.4, 3.9, and then pullback right around, 0.02395. All right, so those are the levels that I would be looking at there in people. All right, guys. So I mean, let me see how many have we gone over. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I think 15 is a good number to end it on. We've basically analyzed 15 different things, and I'll let me see if I can write it here for you guys. Hold on one second. Where can I put this? I'm trying to find where I can put it where you guys can see it. Maybe a notepad. All right, so I mean, doesn't look very good, but let me see if I can make this bigger. Just says font. Make it 14. Why did it close it? Oh no. All right, let's try this again. All right, there you go. So these are all the coins that we went over today: Ethereum, Solana, AVAX, XRP, Cardano, Polkadot, Link, Matic, ICP, TIA, ARB, SEI, Uni, INJ, and People. So if you want to see how I broke them down, just go back in the video and you'll be able to see these. But yeah, we're here at the 1 hour mark, so we're actually perfect. We did 15 different coins in exactly 1 hour. So I think this is a good spot to end it. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. I will see you guys on the next one next week. Don't forget, if you guys are interested in following exactly the trades that I'm personally taking myself, you guys can join our Discord. The link is in the description below. Right now we're offering not only my personal trades, but we also have an algorithm bot that is making trades based on rules that we set up for it. So let me pull it up really quickly. You guys can see right here. This was what it did last month. It did hold on, you guys are still on my face. Here you go. It did, so last month, it did 110 total trades. 92 of those trades were winners, 18 were losing trades. So it had a win rate of 83.64%, which is insane, right? And then for me personally, and you can see every single trade here as well. Like, we tracked every single trade that the bot took, exactly where it entered, what the leverage was. You can see here, go back to the top, the leverage, the risk, so 2%, entry price, exit price, whether we won or lost, the position size for each trade, the max profit loss percentage, and if we hit the targets or not, right? Then these are my numbers for my personal trades last year in 2023. So far this year in 2024, we're 2-0. So my win rate in 2024 is 100%. But last year here, this was where we ended at 67% win rate. We took about 107 trades, 72 were winners, 35 were losses, with a risk reward ratio of about 1.57. So you don't even need to be correct 50% of the times, as long as you have a risk reward ratio above 1. So you can see that we were very profitable last year in what was a very slow year. So it was remember, last year was a very, very slow year for us in the crypto market. There wasn't a whole lot of movement until the fourth quarter, basically. So and even in that, we still hit a 67% win rate. and managed to make a nice profit there last year. So imagine in a bull market like this, I expect this number to potentially be 10x, believe it or not. In the maybe closer to 1,000, so maybe not 1,000, but let's say 500% maybe. Something like that is what I'm hoping for this year in a bull market. So very excited about those things, and you guys should be too, really. What we're providing there, I honestly believe that it is top of the line quality. I don't see anyone else that's doing what we're doing right now, because we're also providing signals for options to make some passive income. So I believe so much in this product that's why I'm offering it to you guys 7 days for free, so you guys can try it for yourselves. No risk involved. There's no strings attached. If you don't like it, that's fine. Cancel it. You won't get charged as long as you cancel within those 7 days. So if you guys are interested in that, again, the link is in the description. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, peace and love, guys.